Today's topic is user access policies. So before diving into the user access policies, so I hope everyone is aware of the Salesforce access given to the users. So I have a scenario where the user is getting moved to some other role, some other location. So for every user, we define some permission, some access. But if they are moving to another locations frequently, so how you are going to control those accesses to the users? Anyone can answer? Hmm? At the same time, you have to revoke that. Suppose that user is located in India, they have moved to Australia, Japan, or some other location. Now they are able to see the records for India. They have moved to Japan. Now what, they should be restricted to India? Now they should be allowed to see the Japan records. How we are going to do this? Huh? So criteria based sharing rules is just assigning the permission, but now restricting also the permission. Can you do that? We can open the permissions with the criteria based sharing, but revoking the access you cannot do. So we are going to cover those topics for the user access policies in this. So this is myself. So I am technical lead at Wilco Source, and I am application architect certified. I am having 7 certifications, and this is the LinkedIn ID. You can reach out to me at the LinkedIn as well. So this is the agenda for today. What are the user access policies and when we can use? We'll have a small demo, and what are the benefits for it. Now coming to the user access policies. Now we can control the user access with the permission set groups, licenses, queues, uh, public groups, and all. Now what we do whenever the user is migrating from one role to another or one location to another, we generally automate those things by using flows, apex sharing rules, because standard processes does not support this, because we can only open the access. There is no such functionality to revoke the access as well. So last year, this release came in with Salesforce, which automates the granting and revoking of the user access to the users. So we can assign these all permissions or revoke these all permissions based on some criteria. So criteria can be profiles, roles, or any custom field for the users. We can do those things automated. Now when does this rule kicks in? So whenever we create a new user, so whenever the user is getting created to the org, some xyz location or xyz permission, so automatically these rules will fire and it will assign those permissions to the users. If they are moved to another role, they can grant or revoke the access. Migrate users to the new access setup. So you need not to assign every user the separate set of permissions. They can be automatically done with this permission. And if you want to clean up the old assignments, then also this will be helpful. So we are going to see a quick demo for this. I am logged into the Salesforce org. Before using the user access policies, you have to enable this functionality. And to enable this functionality, we have to go to the setup and we search for the user management settings. And in user management settings, you will find the user access policies. You need to enable this user access policies first. Oh, sorry. Once the user access policies has been enabled, you can find user access policies here. Uh, is it to settings? Uh, by default, I have created two policy, like for Japan and India. So what I will do, I will try to create one more policy. Let's suppose I have one more location, Australia. So I am creating a new user policy. I will name it as order number. You can give the sequence in which you want to give the priority for that. For now, I am giving leaving it as a blank. This is in this now you have to create the user access policies. So when we try to create define a criteria, so first of all there is one criteria based on the roles profiles we can select, and in the second we can use the custom fields as well. So if we have custom fields like a pick list text, so on that basis also we can define the access policies. So for this user I am creating like profile. I am giving this. This is the custom field that I have created. So if I am giving this Australia, now what I will do, I will grant one permission. So here you see there are permissions, permission set groups, license group queues. So all these are permission related. We can assign to the users, and we have created one permission called domain demo Australia permission. Now we want to revoke the other permissions, like I have created two separate permissions as well, namely for Japan and India. So I will try to revoke those permissions. And now when I try to when I save the permissions, you can see there are two buttons. This is apply policy, this is automate policy. So apply policy is like a manual overriding of the policy. Suppose that users are already created and we want to apply these policies to every user, we can do the manual apply policy. And automate policy is whenever the users are created or updated, we can automate this policy. For now I am going to automate the policy. So I will select when the user is created or updated. Mm, okay, active. Automate policy. To set a policy, you must select specify value of order. Details. Okay. Now I have automated the policy. Now let's go to my user here in the org. Uh, So currently for this user, if you see, Japan permission is assigned. So what I am going to do, I am going to modify the user custom field. So this is the custom field on which basis I have created my user access policy. So I am going to assign this to Australia permission. So this is the custom field. Now I am going to give the Australia, and it will be done. So now if I go to this user access policies, so this you see the permission set assigned is Australia permission, and if we go to the user access policies, you can see the recent let me refresh the page. You see recent user changes one. So one record has been modified with this user access policies. Now this is the user access policy, and we can have multiple grant revoke permissions. We can have multiple criterias as well to grant or revoke. So we can add multiple conditions here. Any questions so far? Yeah. You can specify the permissions. I have not checked. Let me uh, deactivate the policy. We Yeah, and is there by default, I guess. It is and. Yeah. Uh, I can't see right now. So any other questions?
यूपी 13 17 गाड़ी एक बार आगमन कर दो आप यहीं आ रही है बोला नीचे गाड़ी थोड़ा साइड कर दो बोल रहे हो गाड़ी निकल यूपी 13 17
Just a quick attention. Whose vehicle is UP 13H 1738? 1738. गलत लिखे हो क्या? So basically, we implemented this functionality for our use case as well. So in we are working in the life sciences sector. So currently in my project, there are different pharmacies getting involved into. So whenever a new drug comes in, so we create a lot of agents. We create a lot of HCOs, HCPs. So for those specific drugs. So every time creating users and assigning those permissions was very tricky for us, and they can frequently move to one pharma to another pharma. Like giving a example, like the pharma GSK, the pharma Intas. These are big companies. I am just talking about. So if a person moves from GSK to Intas, but the pharmacy, the drug is different. So every time we have to move the permissions. So we had automated earlier with flows and what you can say, Apex, so that we assign the different permission sets, permission set groups. We revoke those permissions. But now, since this is an automated functionality, we can save our time. So it will not be much tricky, and it is very useful. Wherever Salesforce is promoting their standard functionality, we should be using that.